Hey guys, welcome to the video. Today I have 5 movements for shoulder health that you guys need to start yesterday. So let's get to it. First one, face pulls. Okay? If you guys have trained with me, you guys know how important this one is. Okay, I want you guys out eye level. If you have to sink down your stance, that's perfect. And what I want you to do is not only pull this like you're putting on sunglasses, but also pull it apart as you pull in if you have a band like this. If you just have the handles, that works just as well. But I want you guys to essentially work those posterior delts and essentially have that chest pop out and get that good shoulder blade squeeze. That's going to allow what's called retraction or pulling those shoulders back. That's going to help you with posture and a lot of other good things when it comes to that scapular mobility there. Key component. Next thing we have is building on top of that face pull is using a much lighter band. It's going to be much easier for your face pull. Right? But you're going to find that face pull position. From there, those elbows are locked into place. And I'm going to essentially pivot from those elbows and get external rotation of the shoulders. From this position, I'm going to press up and behind me as best I can and follow the same tracks on the way back. I have that face pull, external rotation, and press. Now mind you, your breath is always in sync with that band. So as that band stretches, I always exhale. Okay? So you guys can actually lock that face pull in, external rotation, and press, and then lock that guy back in. You just keep that face pull position to start. All right, that's the first 2 series of movements. All right, you guys, next movement is going to be simultaneous external rotation and internal rotation. And what you're going to need to do is drop this anchor point to about elbow height. Just like so. That's elbow height for me. Now, I'd rather you guys have handles. For demonstration of this video, I do not have handles, so I'm going to pretend I have it in my hands. So you want to find a decent distance. And note too, this is about a foot or 2 in front of my body. So I essentially find a perpendicular angle when it comes to the end range here. So elbows nice and tight, shoulders up, proud chest. I'm going to let the elbows essentially stay in a hinge position. Then I'm going to exhale as I do a simultaneous, what's called external rotation of the shoulder and internal rotation. 3 sets, about 10 to 12 reps, and you'll start noticing what we're doing with this one. What we're doing is working the rotator cuff of the shoulders. Imagine the humeral heads sitting in that ball and socket joint of the shoulder, and we're just turning them back and forth. That's all this movement is. This next one, we're going to utilize either a resistance band or some kind of TRX. If you're at the gym, this is perfect for the TRX. What I'm going to do is essentially put most of my weight in this outside leg, right? I'm going to be passing my body through, thinking head first. Now, here's a safe one. I can be really stretching this out. You can see I'm stretching that posterior delt. But as I pass through here, be very, very careful. Maybe ease more weight into the inside leg as I pass through. Just looking for a passive stretch as I pass my body entirely through and I rotate around. You'll notice you start to twist the TRX or your resistance bands as you go through. Resistance band is what I recommend with first, so you guys can really just ease in your resistance as you guys go on. But you essentially do 3 pass-throughs in one direction, and you really just want to own each part of this, right? And then you actually go the opposite direction as well. So I'm going to open this up and rotate around. Obviously, we're going to do each arm. 4 turns, pass-throughs of the whole entire body, each arm, and you'll be golden both directions. Number 5, a passive and an active hang. Passive, I'm just going to sink my body weight down. Now, make sure you're able to do this on your own, bringing your shoulders to about the bicep past the ears, if anything, too, just so you know you can have this. If there's any pain here, disregard this one, okay? We'll save it for another time when the shoulders get better from the previous 4 movements. But if you're good, this feels good, no pain, no impingements, then I want you doing a passive hang, where I'm just essentially letting my body hang. You can probably feel a couple decompression pops in about the mid-thoracic spine or so. And then what I want you guys to do is turn into an active hang. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tuck my shin in, angle my body, squeeze those shoulder blades together, and meet the chest towards the bar. Notice how my arm stays straight as I do this. This is all in the scapular motion here, okay? Scapulars meaning those shoulder blades squeezing together as I find the angle. All right, you can play with the passive and then the active, and then you also just play with punching your head through and getting a good stretch. Here's another angle so you can see exactly what I'm talking about when it comes to that active hang using the scapulas. Notice how the center of my sternum essentially points right to the center of this bar, right? And I exhale as I do so, get that really good squeeze. You guys should feel a squeeze all the way down to almost that low back area, right above that though. Got a bonus tip for you guys, especially those of you that number 5 hanging from a bar. can be bothersome to that shoulder. What we're gonna do is you're gonna take a bench, a countertop, sink top, whatever you're gonna have that is available to you. Everyone has something available to you. I have a bench here. I'm gonna put my thumbs up, about wrist levels on the edge of the bench there. I'm gonna feed my head through and make sure I have a good enough flexion there and squeeze the shoulder blades together. And I can play with pressing into the bench and also releasing from the bench. See if I actively lift those hands up, I'm gonna be engaging my delts, also upper trap, in order to essentially deepen my range of motion. That wraps up the video, guys. 5 movements for shoulder health that you guys need to start doing yesterday. So get to it. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video.